Speaker number 4.
Are you one of those people who needs proof before you believe in something? Similar to a scientist, do you look for evidence and base your opinions purely on fact? There are some things in life that you believe in with all your heart, even though your brain can't explain their existence. Even though these things are not tangible or visible, we still know them to be true. Believing in God is one of those things, and that's what having faith is all about. Good evening, parents, judges, and special guests. The dictionary defines faith as belief in, devotion to, or trusting in somebody or something, especially without logical proof. This explains our relationship with God. We believe in Him and trust in Him. Although we can't see Him, He's still a presence in our lives. In fact, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 explains that faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. There are many examples in the Bible that demonstrate this kind of incredible faith. For example, God told Noah to build an ark, even when the time of rainfall was unknown. Noah obeyed His command, trusting that the rain would come. God tested Abraham by sending him to a mountaintop in order to sacrifice his son, Isaac. Abraham listened because he knew that God did not mean any harm towards him or his son. A third example is when God commanded Moses to free all the slaves of Egypt, at a time when he could have been killed by the Egyptian soldiers. Moses wasn't afraid because he believed and trusted in God. All of these examples show that the best way to demonstrate faith is through action. You may have heard of these Bible stories, but I have two personal stories of faith from my own family. My 82-year-old grandmother has experienced so many challenges in her life, but her deep faith in God has helped us with them all. Whenever she puts her trust in God, all of her troubles seem to vanish. In 1939, World War II started, and my grandmother's oldest brother was sent off to battle as Mussolini ordered the Italians to fight alongside the Germans. Was my grandmother's family worried? Of course they were. Her 18-year-old brother was risking his life at war. But you know what she did? She prayed to God. She prayed for his safety and asked God to always protect her brother. He faced many terrifying moments. He was a foot soldier in several battles, terrified as he waited for the guns to stop shooting and for the fires to die down. At one point, he was captured by the English and was held in a prisoner of war camp with other Italian soldiers. He stayed in that camp for an entire year, and my grandmother's family had no idea if he was dead or alive. Eventually, Mussolini fell from power and the prisoners were set free. My great-uncle stayed in the army until the war ended, and after 6 long years, he was back home. If it weren't for his family's powerful faith in God, they would not have been able to stay positive and hopeful about his return. Another person in my family who has inspired me with her incredible story of faith is my Auntie Nisi. Our family's faith in God protected her from a serious illness that almost took her life. In fact, it was a miracle she survived. 6 years ago, my aunt was suddenly hospitalized with a life-threatening flesh-eating virus. It became so critical that the doctors believed she would not make it through the night. My entire family gathered at the hospital and began to pray. My aunt's husband, children, nieces and nephews, brothers and sisters all reached out to God at a time we needed Him most. We leaned on Him and believed that He would not let anything terrible happen to my aunt. Even though the doctors were telling us that she might not make it, or at the very least that the infected leg needed to be amputated, we never lost hope. We kept praying to God that she would be okay. We believed in our hearts that God would take care of her, even when the doctors were telling us that she might not live. I'm so happy that my Auntie Nisi is now healthy and strong. She was in the hospital a very long time and needed many more surgeries, but she survived it all. She now walks with a limp, but she's with us, and that's what matters most. Her experience taught our family that whenever we face a challenge in our lives, we need to help one another, to stay strong, and not ever lose faith in God's love. There are so many people in the Bible and in our everyday lives that demonstrate the power of God's love through actions. They put all their trust in Him to keep them safe. So if you're looking for proof of God's love, open your eyes and hearts and look around you, because there are miracles everywhere. Always have faith, and God will be with you all the days of your life. Thank you.